What's up guys, Mark back here with yet another Sony A6300 video. On this video, I want to talk to you all about the audio side of the camera real quick. Sony has included a microphone jack on this particular camera, and what you're listening to right now are the onboard microphones. A lot of other cameras actually try to put the microphones on top, but the Sony A6000, A6300, I love the fact that they actually put the microphones directly on the front side of the camera, projecting toward potential sound sources. It's a novel concept, I know. What I've done is I've got the audio recording level down to 15, so that's about half as it stands, because you can go, I believe, from like 0 to 31, or maybe it's 1 to 31 or something like that. But what I've got it set on is 15, and I'm about an arm's length away from the camera. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap to several other different types of microphones. I've got the Rode Video Micro, I've got the Rodelink wireless kit. I've also got the Saramonic UwMic10 that I'm going to be trying out. And I'm also going to try an XLR microphone. I don't know if it'll do any better, but I figured that I will run an XLR microphone into a recording device and then output that audio directly into the camera and see if we can get any better audio in that regard. So let's begin with the first microphone, shall we? So the first mic that I decided to hook up was the Rode Video Micro, obviously, because it's the easiest one to hook up. You just toss it in the hot shoe and plug it directly in with the 3.5mm patch cable. Many of you all know that I love the Rode Video Micro, especially for the price point. This thing is amazing. I think that it is absolutely perfect for people that like to do run and gun, any sort of application where you want really good sound, but you don't want to carry around a lot of bulky, heavy, overly excessive equipment. And now that the Sony A6300 has a microphone jack, I think that the two are probably going to pair fairly well. So we're testing this out in a room with about 8-foot ceilings. We've got walls on all four sides. We've got a carpeted floor. So the reflections should be relatively similar to what most people are going to encounter when they're doing this kind of thing in indoor environments. Granted, I think that the sound is going to be tremendously better outdoors, or where maybe the walls are not as close together per se, or maybe where you've got some acoustic treatment. This little microphone should dramatically increase the audio quality of the onboard sound of the Sony A6300. What I'm going to do during each of these tests is I'm going to put a poll up here in the corner, and after each of the tests that I do on these microphones, you can vote on the different microphones and let me know which one you think actually sounds the best. Don't forget that after you've heard all the sound samples, click that link. So this is the Rode Video Micro, and now we're going to go on over to some wireless kits, beginning with the Rodelink Wireless Filmmaker setup. I had to turn the audio recording level in the camera all the way down to like 1. So on the Sony A6300, if you're going to be using the Rodelink Filmmaker kit, you're going to have to turn that automatic gain all the way down, because the Rodelink is actually already preamped so that you can actually record without having to depend on in-camera auto gain control, which is a really good thing, because 9 times out of 10, it's usually pretty bad. So what you want to do is you turn the automatic gain control all the way down inside camera, and you just let the microphone kit do the work for you. And the Rodelink does a pretty phenomenal job of that. So, if you turn it all the way down in camera, you've got about 20 decibels either on the receiver or the transmitter to work with, so that if you need to boost that sound up just a little bit extra, you can, and then that way you can talk a little bit quieter without having the camera constantly trying to auto-adjust and get it right. But as far as I can tell, this is the sound quality that you can expect with the Rodelink Filmmaker wireless kit on the Sony A6300 in a standard room with 8-foot ceilings, carpeted floors, 4 walls all around us, and standard indoor environments, so to speak. So, at any rate, don't forget, we've got the poll up here to the left, so if you like a particular one, go ahead and vote for it. Alright guys, so this is the Saramonic UwMic10 wireless microphone setup. This is essentially the same thing as the Rodelink, only it's a ultra high frequency setup as opposed to a digital system, but the concept is exactly the same. You just run a patch cable from the wireless mic kit directly into the camera, and it records sound. So this is what you can expect if you happen to have invested in this system and you're looking at getting the Sony A6300. 8-foot ceilings, carpeted floors, 4 walls all around you. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This system I also wanted to note that I did have to increase the internal camera gain to about 5, whereas with the Rodelink, because of the internal decibel boost and the auto gain control that it has its own built-in preamps. I did have to boost up the internal recording of the camera to 5 as opposed to 1, which is honestly no big deal. You know, if you know you're planning to use a particular system, it's no issue whatsoever. As a matter of fact, this audio could have probably easily been boosted in post without having to change the internal camera recording, but I just went ahead and did it, maybe to kind of get a variant on what maybe even the noise floor would sound like with a few little adjustments in the camera's actual recording level. So now that we've gotten those two wireless kits taken care of, I think I'm going to switch on over to the XLR system going into my H4n. So if you guys are ready, let's check this one out. Okay, so this is the last test that I have on my agenda. That's pretty much the full gambit of all the different types of microphones that I have currently. This is what we're using. We're using the A7300 shotgun microphone. This is being plugged in via XLR directly into the H4n, and then I've got it lined out of the H4n going directly into the Sony A6300. The microphone is sitting right on top of the camera in a shock mount configuration. Essentially, this would be a more sit-down style setup. I don't think you would want to actually carry all this stuff around with you. There's a few people out there that might, if you happen to be like, you know, a sound guy or whatever, and you're kind of monitoring, you know, audio levels and all that kind of stuff down in like a sound bag or something. But 9 times out of 10, most people would probably never use this unless they were actually in sort of like a sit-down interview style environment. But I'm not going to say that this wouldn't work well for run and gun. If you really wanted to beef up your audio quality and you really wanted to take some balanced audio and then run all that into the camera for scratch audio, and then use your recorder as secondary audio to make sure that you got extremely high quality, you know, 128-bit or 256-bit lossless audio quality. This would be a great option to have, and just having the audio import on the Sony A6300 really does make it a much more viable option. So this is the sound of the Audio Technica AT875R shotgun microphone in a standard room, 8-foot ceilings, carpeted floors, 4 walls, 15 by 13 room, standard indoor sound quality. That's it. So we're all the way back to the onboard microphones here on the Sony A6300. So I hope this audio test kind of helps someone out there. I know that a lot of people are going to be looking at this camera for video, and as long as it doesn't have any sound, you're probably perfectly good to go. But for those of you that actually want both video and good audio quality, this should kind of point you in the direction of maybe which kind of setup you should lean toward. Maybe this little test will help you decide if it's even worth it to just plug stuff directly into the camera. Maybe you would go, oh, that's good enough for YouTube, or that's good enough for Vimeo, or something like that, but it's not good enough for production quality, and I'm going to still have to carry around secondary audio anyhow. So I hope this helped you guys out. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to vote in the polls and let me know which of the microphone setups you guys liked the best. At any rate, thanks again for stopping here at the Photo Video Show. I'm your host, Mark Puckett. I'll see you guys again in the next one. Peace.